Hi guys, Scaly on the inside here, and I thought I'd do a quick video on just how to make your snake cages look cool, or in my lingo, or whatever you call it, badass. Basically, some quick tips. Green equals good when it comes to snakes. They like it, makes it feel secure, but you don't want to make it so full that it's overwhelming the snake. I think areas like this, you want to have nice wide open areas where the snake can just stretch out and relax. Not to mention, you should have things that they can climb, and yeah, everything needs to be secure where they can climb. Like under here, I have Velcro that holds that into place. But another quick tip on how to make snake cages look cool: anything you added to make it safer for the snake, anything human at all, should be somehow covered with greenery or anything. Another thing, in edges, straight edges don't commonly occur in the natural world. That's why you want to take your bedding, you want to come up against like their hide or something like that. Any straight edges should be covered at all times, but by either bedding or like the base of this tree. I have plants. You just see there's a plant that slides under there and covers the base of that tree, so I don't have to look at it. And it creates a pretty good jungle. He's in his hide in there, if you can't barely see the outline of his head back there. And yeah, and there's things like reptifoggers, where usually you have this big ugly tube coming into the cage, and it humidifies your cage. But normally you just have to look at that ugly tube. What I have done is I have added my own little style and bought a skull to go over the end of it. And you can do this, you can buy them on eBay. You just type in aquarium skulls, and they work really good with the Zoomad Reptifogger. But there is a little looseness in the back, so I just took silicone and sealed it in so it doesn't come loose. The snake can even hang on it if he wants to. And yeah, so that's that cage. And bare backgrounds just aren't interesting. Like all this was gone, and that's not fun to look at. You want to have vines. It's a jungle environment. It makes the snake feel better, and it's just good to look at. I got a big custom cage, and it's eye candy. It's just awesome. You can come in. He's got a huge hide. This is my ball python that lives in here. I have a few things like the gauge and the pipe, but it's not just a pipe. It's got a skull on it. There's tons of stuff you can do to make your cage look good and natural. It doesn't have to be strictly boring. Snake cages can be functional and care for snakes without being just non-interesting. I do have a water dish over there that's not very interesting, but it's clear so you can see through, and the bedding kind of camouflages. I've got a plant and his warm hide over here, which is just a rock. And I have lots of wide open space. You have to think about the snake's enclosures themselves. What are they? What kind of snake are they? Like my ball python. It's a climbing branch. He may like to get up high and climb because he's a python. But my corn snake over here, he's a colubrid. So you have to think of ways to make your cages look good, but give the snake what he would naturally use in the wild. Like this guy, I've given him a ton of wide open space with this real loose aspen bedding to just dig and do whatever he wants. And he is actually in there right now, somewhere. Where up? He's back there. See him? There he is. There you are, buddy. I'll cover that back up there. He likes to poke his head out when no one can see him. Snakes, they're always spying on you. So yeah, you have to think about the snake itself. Like you can have functional cages, like for hatchlings, that are safe for them. Like, I've got my hatchling red-tailed bull over here, and a lot of people worry about when they have hatchling snakes. Are they going to fall? Are they going to hurt themselves? Is the bedding going to scrape or get stuck in their mouth? And I have done it. I've created a functional cage that looks good. It's this really cool-looking, like, terrarium mat. It's called the Exoterra Moss Mat. And, yeah. Basically, I got plants. It all looks good. There he is up there. And you can have all sorts of stuff. You can have the humidity gauge, the water dish. And a lot of people worry. I had cypress mulch, but I worried about it turning up a skin. But you can find things if you look hard enough. Like this moss mat. It looks really cool. It looks like a forest floor. It looks like moss. But it's soft. It's a mat. It's really good for him. There he is. See his head back there? Just a little hypo boa. And I think he's really cool. And you have to think, the more options you can give an animal, the better he will be. And just as a second in this video, I'm going to do a lot of tips on like making your animal feel secure and good and happy. Like, for say, giving him lots of things to do in your cage. Whether it be climbing, hiding, drinking. There he is. Hi, buddy. And digging. Anything. Like my guy, he can go up here. You can go over here. You can climb across. With that, I made this so my boa can go through the entire cage without touching the ground. And that's just what I feel like he should be able to do. And I have multiple heat sources, whether it be a heat lamp or heat pads. So he can go down here and be warm. He can be up here and be warm. He can be up here and be cool. He can be down here and be cool. They can do whatever they want, and they can just decide that for themselves. Like, I use this at night in the heat pad during the day when he's usually hiding. So yeah, you can give your snakes lots of options, make them functional, and have the cages look perfectly cool. Like, I got vines and water dish and plants. And personally, I feel like this little cage looks pretty awesome. I wish I could show it to you from the front, but the glare from the sun is really getting in the way. See if I can fix that real quick. He's got a hide back here. That is a warm hide, and it's disguised. It's covered from above, which makes them feel safe from predators that are like birds and stuff. And plants. It makes them feel safe. And personally, I keep a towel on top for humidity, and it allows him to be up here and feel like things can't see him from above. There's so many functional things you can do to a cage to make it look good and make your snake feel good. Make it look cool and badass. If you don't like cussing, excuse my language. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Having trouble getting the clip on here. Alright. So yeah, you can just see, this is probably one of my favorite cages. It's got all that greenery. His has got lots of greenery. His is down to a minimum because he is a colubrid. He spends most of his time underground. So he really doesn't use it that much. Even though he does like to poke his head out under there, which makes him feel pretty secure so he can breathe without being suffocated by the bedding. But yeah. So, this is Scaly on the inside with a video on how to make your snakes look cool. And so yeah, just remember your snake cages can be functional, but at the same time they can look good to you and make your snakes feel good. There's my ball. My ball python, where'd he go? Oh, he ducked inside. Yeah, see him back there? He ducked inside, I was going to show you. But yeah, this is Scaly on the inside. And yeah. Where'd he go? There he is. Scaly on the inside. And thanks for watching. Bye.